This week is going to get pretty crazy with the amount of news and content becoming available. Of course, the VIP demo starts on Friday, so towards the end of this video, I want to highlight everything that's going to be in it, just so I can keep you informed with exactly what will be and won't be in the VIP demo and the free demo the following weekend. But before then, I want to go over some really important news stories and bits of detail that I really wanted to highlight, and all I will say is that from tomorrow, things are about to get pretty crazy. My name is Ryan Central. This will be the final day to enter the standard giveaway that's going on at the moment, so be sure to check your emails later on today, but don't fret if you don't win, because we will have another giveaway starting up tomorrow, and it's certainly not one to miss. I'll keep this next bit short. We hit 10,000 subscribers on Thursday last week, I think it was, and we're well on our way to hitting 15k, maybe sometime later this week. The level of growth is incredible. You guys are amazing. The community that we formed really early on is staggering, and I can't wait to be able to actually play the game with you guys for the VIP demo. If you're not going to be part of it, you're not pre-ordering for whatever reason, twitch.tv/Ryan Central will be playing a ton over the weekend, so if you want to learn a thing or two, do join us there. Enough with the shout outs, but thank you guys so much for making this an absolute delight to work on. Let's concentrate first on getting you into the VIP demo. For those that pre-ordered or have the various EA membership schemes, you can play the VIP demo this weekend. And you can download the demo right now. It unlocked late last night, and if you ordered it through Origin, either on PC, Xbox, whatever, or through the Xbox and PlayStation Store, it should happen automatically. It should, in inverted commas, be in your Origin library. But if it isn't for PC, if you go to Anthem through the search bar, as I'm showing you, and go and try it first, it should add it there. For PS4 and Xbox, I believe it should be there in any case, but if it isn't, there is a link in the description below that shows you this. That should give you details on how to grab it for yourself. For those that ordered it through stuff like Amazon, GameSpot, Game, you should get an email with a VIP code. We'll go over this later in the video, but if you go to the link in the description, sign in, put in that code, it should connect your EA Origin account to your pre-purchase. But you might not have those emails just yet, so be patient. There might be some problems that you have here or there, but do keep an eye on the EA website as well as the Twitters of the community managers, for example, if you need any help there. You will also get some friend codes to give to your friends so they can play the VIP demo too, even if they didn't pre-order. You get 3 in total, you'll have a refer friend code, and you'll be able to join there. We will be giving away a few of these on the Friday, so be sure not to miss that. I guess one of the main things I wanted to highlight at the start of this video is the alliance system. This all started from a response from Chris Schmidt on a Discord, I believe, where he wanted to give a bit more information on the guild system in Anthem and how basically there isn't one. It is a system that awards you extra coins depending on how much you and up to 5 of your friends play the game each week. Hopefully that helps. If you're still confused, he also said it's a system which rewards you and up to 5 of your friends with some extra coin for simply playing the game. So this isn't a set system of people join a clan or a guild, it's a case of out of your friends, if you have friends that are playing a lot and earning a lot of coin themselves, you will get a chunk of that, which incentivizes you to find other people to play with, to have them in your friend list, and effectively let them farm gold for you. That's kind of the way that it works, but in a much smaller scale. Guilds and clans are coming in the future, however, but I would expect that they won't be in for launch. But it's a nice little leaderboarding game, I suppose. And whilst clans and guilds may not be in the game for launch, we do have a Discord full of people that will be kind of like a guild clan Discord that you can check out, and you can find that in the comments below. On all of the platforms, by the way. There were plenty of dev tweets this week too. We got our first look at the first legendary drop ever in the game, which isn't obviously live. It was on the playtest that we had the other day, but this has never happened before, and it's a pretty cool legendary masterwork trait, so do get a glimpse of that on screen. But the main thing I wanted to highlight is this tweet from Ben Irving. Alexander asked on Twitter, do any elements deal more damage to some enemies than others? Like, does fire do really good against spiders? The answer is basically no from Ben Irving, but he does say that the different elements do more damage to specific things. Lightning and frost do more damage on shields, and acid and fire do more damage on armor, which is your normal green health. The shields are your blue regenerating health that goes above. Now I actually know by how much it changes, because Ben was explaining this to me the other day. Lightning does 150% damage on a target shield, so it does 50% more than it usually would. Frost does 125% damage, and then on normal targets without any shield, acid does 150% damage, while fire does 125%. This does work the same way, so lightning and frost do less damage on armor than normal abilities would, and acid and fire do struggle a little bit more with shields, but not by the same generic amounts as I just mentioned. But lightning and electric abilities does more damage to shields than a frost ability and any other ability in the game. Acid does the most damage to armor targets with fire, following shortly behind. So that was just a tweet I wanted to bounce off because I could provide more information that I'm pretty sure nobody knows at this point, so really wanted to go over that real quick. One thing that I spotted earlier on today is how difficulties will scale up drop chance and also enemy damage and health. This image came from an article from IGN talking about specific aspects of the game that they learned and found out about when they played all of the hours that they did with IGN first. You can see a lot of their different gameplay on their YouTube channel going over Anthem. Some pretty cool stuff, but this image speaks volumes. For those who don't know, there is a difficulty system within Anthem. At launch there will be 6 difficulties, maybe more in the future, well definitely more in the future after launch, right? And with each of these difficulties, the drop chance of having better gear increases, but of course the game gets a lot harder. What we learned today is how much harder it can get. The chance of getting Masterwork rarity items, which is the second best rarity that you can have in the game, first of which being legendary, increases by 250%. I assume from normal. It's hard to say, it might be from Grandmaster too, but the damage that the enemies do and the health that they have is increased by 3,100%, which is a pretty crazy damage scaling amount. A lot of people are concerned about the difficulties, how they're going to be balanced, if it's going to be too easy, and this gives you a good glimpse on how difficult the end game may be able to be. That's all I can really say on that for now. Shifty eyes emoji. But difficulty is going to play a big part in the replayability aspect of Anthem and keeping people interested and working towards something. But what I do love is at the highest difficulty that it says that the recommended minimum Javelin rarity that you should be running is effectively the best gear in the game. Says a lot about the game as a whole really, but who knows, maybe Grandmaster 3 is just unbeatable by people at launch. Who knows at this point? Granted, the game is still in development, so this may be subject to change, but it is an interesting aspect to behold. Now let's go over everything you'll need to know about the upcoming VIP and free demos. We'll start with what the demos are. The demo is kind of the beta in this case. There's not going to be an open beta for Anthem at all, but there will be 2 demos, each lasting over a weekend, starting on the Friday, ended on the Sunday. The first starts on the 25th of January and goes on to the 27th, so next weekend, and that is the VIP demo. Then you have the 1st to the 3rd of February, which is a free demo, which is the weekend afterwards. We'll go over the difference in a second. The VIP demo starts at 11 AM Central Time. If you want to know what that is in your time zone, then there is this amazing graphic made by the BSN BioWare forums on what time zone it is for you. For example, I'm in the UK, so that's 5 PM on the Friday, January the 25th. That is when the demo starts. And it will be the same case for the free demo too, the exact same times. The free one is open to anybody, regardless of whether you pre-ordered the game on any platform, whatever, you can play the free demo. I wanted to add that Anthem is playable on PC, Xbox and PS4. I've had a few people asking me if you could play it on the Soldier Boy console, and unfortunately, you can't. In fact, the VIP demo and the free demo are the exact same thing. It means that you only need to download one of them. Say you download the VIP demo, you don't need to re-download anything else for the free one, and also your progress carries over from the VIP demo into the free demo the week afterwards. That's important, and I'll mention that in a bit. I basically went over this at the start of the video, but if you bought the game through Origin, either from EA Premier Access or buying a game from the EA website, it should do it automatically. If it hasn't, go to the Anthem page as I showed you at the start of the video, go try out first, and that will add the demo to your library and you can download it from there. The demo went live last night, so everybody on PS4, Xbox and PC should be able to pre-download the demo now. That's also the same for those that pre-ordered on the Xbox and PlayStation Store. It should do it automatically. But what if you pre-ordered the game through something like GameSpot or Game or somewhere else? Well, they will be the ones that will send you a code. You'll get an email maybe 24 hours before the demo starts. Then you go to the website ea.com/games/anthem/anthem-demos. You sign in with your EA account. If you don't have one, you create one. You put in the VIP demo code you'll get from your email, and then you'll have access to the VIP demo site. You pick your platform, and then you'll receive instructions on how to download the demo on the platform that you're playing on. Instructions of that will be in the bottom of this video. Again, not persuading you to pre-order, just letting you know exactly what's in there. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to force people to pre-order the game. You're all adults, you can make your own educated decisions there. Now we've gone over the general dates and times and how to get into the demos, let's talk about what's actually going to be in them. You will not start the demo right at the start of the game. In fact, the demo will start you at level 10 and you will play up until level 15. The max level in Anthem is level 30, at launch at least, so it's still relatively early game with what you will be playing, but not the start of the game. You will have access to some of the new bits and pieces in there. We'll go over that shortly. But the main thing that I wanted to highlight that's relatively new information is that you will have access to all 4 Javelins, which we knew before, which are the Ranger, which is kind of like the all-encompassing character that you can run, the Colossus, which is the big tanky fit boy, hashtag fit guy save lives, the Storm, which is kind of like a mage, fight from a distance, throwing big powerful spells at your enemy from below, and the Interceptor, which is more like a rogue, very quick, agile and nimble. If you want to see gameplay of all of these classes, there's links in the description to certain videos. With that said, you will be able to play all 4 of these Javelins during the demo, however you'll only be able to unlock 2 at a time. In fact, going off this tweet from Mike Gamble, everybody starts with the Ranger, and then you could choose a Javelin of your choice out of the Colossus, the Storm and the Interceptor. Now we don't know for sure if there's going to be a way that you can create another account to play the other Javelins, or be able to reset your progress so you can go do it again, but you will have access to the Ranger, plus 1 Javelin of your choice. Speaking to Ben Irving about this at the recent game capture in London, he seems to believe that you don't have the option to create a new pilot or reset your progress, so whatever Javelin you decide to pick out of the Colossus, Interceptor and Storm, you will not be able to change for another one. And this also is very important with progress carrying over from the VIP demo to the free one. That means if you pick the Storm on the VIP demo, when the free one starts, you'll still only have access to the Ranger and Storm. You won't get a chance to try the other ones out, so do bear that in mind. Your choice really does matter in that case. That's what the lead developer told me, but it might be subject to change. It's not 100% confirmed. Speaking of the Javelins, you will have full access to the Forge. The Forge is broken down into 2 areas, customization and personalization. Customization is the gear, abilities, weapons that you equip to create your build. And at this level you will have access to 2 weapons that you can switch out in a mission. These weapons do depend on the Javelin that you're playing. For example, a big Colossus can't use a small pistol, and a small Interceptor can't use a big grenade launcher. With that said, you'll have access to the Forge. You'll be able to equip components and equip certain gear that you can either craft yourself or earn out by doing missions and free play stuff, which we'll go over in a second. You then have personalization, and this is all to do with how your Javelin looks. You can change the colours and you have full control over a colour wheel, so you don't need to buy custom sliders and stuff like that. You can colour the Javelin whatever colour that you want. This is also where you equip decals, which are sort of vinyls that you put on your suit, and bits and pieces like emotes. This goes nicely onto microtransactions, as there's no loot boxes or pay to win in Anthem. You can't just buy yourself a legendary rifle for £10 for example, but you can buy cosmetics in game, all of which you know exactly what they are and how much they're going to be. All of the cosmetics that you buy in game, armor pieces, decals, emotes, everything that we just went over, you buy with coins from this guy Prospero. You will get 100 coins during the demo, and each of these cosmetic pieces will cost 25 gold each. Going off a tweet from Mike Gamble, he says that it's going to be a lot easier as well, saying that cosmetics will be a lot more expensive in game, and it also might be a lot harder to get the coins in missions, which you can do from drops from the ground. So you will be able to buy at least 4 bits of cosmetics during the demo, but it might be more expensive in the actual game, so just bear that in mind. You access the Forge and Prospero's cosmetic kit in Fort Tarsis, which you will have full control walking around. Granted, there might be some areas that are enclosed off because you're still early game. The more that you progress through the story, the more that Fort Tarsis changes and adapts, but you will have free roam around this place, being able to talk to NPCs just for a bit of a chat to learn the story, or go to people to get certain missions and contracts. Now we do know that there are going to be a fair few missions from level 10 to 15 that you will get from NPCs in Fort Tarsis. Some of these will be from the Critical Path, which is the main storyline, so you will get to experience just a chunk of the story. Maybe there's no spoilers, maybe they changed the missions around a little bit, so it might vary up from the actual launch, but there will also be contracts which are like side missions, go over here, kill these mobs, go do this, go do that, that have no impact on the overall story. Instead, they may give you coins as a reward, maybe blueprints to craft certain weapons and abilities, or maybe reputation with one of the many different factions in the game. You have the Arcanists, which are like the researchers looking at the Shaper tech, Sentinels, which are kind of like the wall watchers, security police of Fort Tarsis, And then of course you have the freelancers, which is what you are, going out into the world doing missions, trying to bring some pride to the badge, so to speak. There might be more that I've missed, but they give you a good idea of some of the people that you will be working alongside during the demo. As I said, you'll be able to do missions and contracts throughout level 10 to 15. Some of these I would believe would be replayable. You also have the ability to do free play, which is a case of just going out into the world, trying out stuff, finding public events that will go on that will provide gear, and also taking out big bad bosses that might be roaming the world, such as Ash Titans or Ursixes, which are big bear things that you really don't want to mess with. Or it could be just flying around the world checking it out and hanging out with your squad. I also want to add that you can play all of Anthem on your own. For the most part at least, you could do missions, free play, all on your own if you choose to. The only stuff that requires a group of 4 are Strongholds, which you will have access to one in the demo. A stronghold is basically a dungeon, an instance in World of Warcraft. You and a group go into a place, you fight bosses, you go to the end, you get loot, you clear out the place. There will be one in the demo, and it's called the Tyrant Mines, which used to be called Scars and Villainy, which was the E3 stronghold that we saw midway last year. It's changed a little bit, and if you want to see a little bit of the gameplay of the stronghold that you will be playing in the VIP demo, Video, a French YouTube channel, showed a little bit of the gameplay that you'll be able to see and experience for yourself. So get accustomed to the gameplay in the background, because you will be running it yourself this weekend. There's still a lot to learn, but honestly, you're more than likely to find that when you play the game. My Gamble tweeted saying that we won't be outlining all of the content in the demo ahead of time. Some things are best left as a surprise, and they have many publications of folks checking out the main game and doing capture this month. We're only allowing certain missions. When it comes to gameplay, which you can see on the channel, and you can certainly see more going into January and the start of Feb. It's also mentioned that the game might be a little bit easier, it might be a lot quicker to level up, for example. The game economy system isn't quite there when it comes to being able to earn stuff in game like cosmetics. So if any of those elements in the VIP demo are stuff that you don't like, do take it with a pinch of salt. It's probably a lot different than the main game itself. I do feel that that's really important to highlight. If there's any other questions that you have, do let me know in the comments below. And as I said, do enter the giveaway if you haven't already, and do subscribe for more Anthem content. My name has been Ryan Central. I hope you enjoyed this video, this little guide, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.